morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me. So we can start our yesterday session, whatever we left from yesterday. So, do you have any point which we can discuss first, or any item which you need my attention? What happened? Are you facing any issue? Hey, Deepak, good morning. Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me, or facing any issue or any network issue? Confirm me once. This is very problematic area now in a day. Good morning. Okay, no issue. So, uh, any point which you need my attention first, so that we can initiate, because we have to cover many things. We have to cover few things which we need. Looking very smart. Thank you. So let's start our today's session. Let me just prepare something. Okay, let me share my screen here. So we already covered. Where are others today? We have less participant, or you don't want to learn these particular things. This is very, you know, critical things that we should understand how to monitor those items. So development is one thing. Where we were here. So anything you need my help here related to the portal things that we already covered. So we covered so far, I think we already covered Azure portal monitoring, right? Yesterday we covered like when this Azure portal monitoring comes into the picture. So Azure play a huge role in integrations. Azure functions, we are writing to automate some logic. Suppose here, I will tell you when Azure functions comes into the picture. Azure functions comes into the pictures when we need any any logic where we need to do some automation task. For example, if I need to calculate some incentive, where a company they are doing some incentive for the salesperson, for the agent, or for the agency. Suppose there is a marketing firm, they are try to generate some leads, and they have some specific here incentive plan. Suppose a person is generating a business till this specific amount, or this particular goals. So if they are achieving that goal, so they will get this particular incentive. So if we need to perform, or we need to calculate some logic based on some specific code, so we have that option, like we can write our code in the Azure function also, and we can host into our application, and we can even set up that particular automation task. Even we can write our logic in such a manner, so that even we can write our Azure function, and we can call that specific code based on our different trigger points. It could be HTTP trigger points, it could be any other triggers, like we are doing in Power Automate. Logic app. So what is logic app here? So logic app is a similar applications in Azure, like we are doing similar work in the Power Automate. So in Power Automate we have some trigger point, different trigger points. We have some inbuilt here different what we can say that templates which we can utilize here, and we can write our automation logic inside the logic app. So if we are doing service bus and event hub, so all these are advanced Microsoft features which they are providing inside Azure function, Azure portals. So if we need to integrate, or we need to perform some logic in service bus or event hub, I will explain you, I will give you high level of those even those controls or those tools once we are discussing in the Azure portals features. So if we developed something in those particular items, so we as a developers, we must know where it is storing the logs, so that we can understand our logic or our code is failing, where are our logs, so that we can troubleshoot, we can identify, we can analyze, and even if needed we can write some here reports, so that we can showcase into the business users. Performance also we can monitor. Exceptions, if something is failing, we can go for exception. So now real time monitoring scenario, real time, what types of issue we may get and how to resolve those issues. So let's there are so many interviews where they can ask different types of real time scenario. I will give you some real time scenario which I asked in different interviews. So I'm planning to share those information so that you have better understanding. And even if I got some more real time scenario, we can discuss, so that at least you have some understanding related to the real time scenario. Because in interviews mostly if you are they are asking interviews questions from internet, so everyone know, like these are the common questions. But if they are asking real time scenario based questions, so it's very difficult sometimes to give the answer. Okay, so real time monitoring scenario. There are some important interview oh, questions coming, like Power Automate flow failures. Suppose if a Power Automate flow is failing multiple times, even in the production, what could be the here issues. Suppose lead creating flow stop working, approval process failing, or notification are not triggering. So if this is the scenario, how to troubleshoot this particular one? As a developer, what you have to check first? Check flow run history. That we are doing normally. As a developers, if you have developed something, we are doing this particular task in very first stage. Verify connections. So connectors in connection levels, we are checking, hey, if any recent deployment is happen, the connection is failing, connection is not properly working here. Analyze failure logs. Here, if something is failing, we are capturing those logs into our maybe here telemetry inside, or maybe we are creating the failure logs in dynamic crm, or we are creating some record and we are adding try and catch in the here in the flow history. So we are monitoring those information. That's why our tools comes into the pictures, those tools where we can check that those failures. Identify timeout issue. If our logic is written in such a manner so that it is giving the timeout errors. Monitor api limit. How to identify like what is the current api limit and how it is running, what is the frequency here for calling those api. All those items we can check with the help of this particular tool. The second scenario here is integration fail. Suppose crm is integrated with sap. You heard about sap applications, SAP, where we are, completely storing information related to ERP. So one applications for one vendors, they are having SAP applications, and they are also having our dynamic CRM application. So it is not like only CRM application is sufficient. We have to communicate our dynamic CRM into their other system also. We have to work here. Maybe we have to consume some external system or external connectors, or maybe we have to write any logic where we need to communicate into the sap. So if that integration is failed while doing this sap integration, so how to capture those logs? If we have an integration with sharepoint, if suppose sharepoint side is not responding, it could be any chance. Suppose there might be some chance that SharePoint that site, that capacity is not, that storage capacity is not available. It could be anything like SharePoint application is not responding properly. External API, we are utilizing external API to integrate with any external system. So they have hosted their external API in somewhere else. Those external API are not responding. It could be anything. So ERP systems, suppose if we need to integrate our crm application into any third party ERP system, it is not like they have only SAP, they have only SharePoint, they have their internal core .NET based portals, or maybe they are maintaining their other applications also. Suddenly, you know data stop syncing here. Now what to do? We are using Azure Service Bus. Azure Service Bus, what is the error that we are getting? We need to check that one. Verify API response. Suppose if we are consuming any API, we have to check API in the here Postman. Either whatever API we are consuming, where we are getting that one. Monitors queue here. If we have more response, we are we need to check that queue, like if we have load issue, so we need to change our approach also sometimes. Analyze exceptions, what types of exception either we are not capturing, or we are not taking care any null checks properly, so reviews those logs. So if someone is asking like, hey, we have this particular integration, what is your first approach, how to check that particular one? So your service bus, if we have utilizing, verify the API response, monitor the queue, analyze exception, reviews log, and check the network traces also. Without monitoring knowledge, developer struggles heavily. I discussed few point yesterday, like you know if we are not responding promptly, how big loss our employer may get. There might be some chance they have some penalty clause. Suppose if your team is not able to close any P1, P2, or P3 within a specific SLA window, then your it's not like if they are we discussed yesterday, right? Here we discuss those, that particular amount, if they are facing any that types of business loan. So it is not like if we hired someone as a vendor, so they are not doing proper work here. There is no profit if they hired any vendor which is not responsible, they are not able to perform properly, so they may remove that particular vendor, and maybe they may add some penalty clause, so that at least based on that penalty clause they can work properly. So without monitoring knowledge, developers struggles heavily. Suppose third part, storage capacity issue. Recently I have seen, suppose if we have a storage management tools or storage capability, yeah, like if we are able to resolve this capacity storage capacity issue, and even we know these particular issues, we can play smartly during our interview. Most of the organization, if suppose I have seen many people, they are reaching me out related to like, hey, I have 10 year of experience, I have 12 year of experience, I have 15 year of experience, but last 4 5 year I'm working in continuously dynamic CRM, but I'm not able to get high paid salary, I'm not able to increase my package here. Why? What is the reason I'm not able to get high paid here? Even in that, even if I switch from maybe different technology to Dynamics here. Why? Because they are involving day-to-day basis activity. They are not able to spend some good quality of time to increase their skills. They are reaching, can we discuss those points, how to even in which particular area, where or how we can increase our skills in which specific domain. These are some basic domain you have to learn, so that even sometimes if you are delivering something, suppose I will give you one storage capacity related issues. If you are able to resolve their issues like this one, this particular one, I have given you this example. If you are saving after working 2 or 3 months, you save their this much amount, at least 30% or 40% amount. Why they are not giving, or they are not giving uh, good amount, even if you are saving this much amount of their yearly subscription? These are the basic even ideas, even the solutions, and even the approach. Even if we are here as a consultant, we have responsibility to give best out of the best solution here. It is not like we have received one JavaScript requirement and we have written and we are implementing. That is not our core goal here. We have to increase our capability, our capacity, so that even we have to give best solution, whatever Microsoft or any other organization they are suggesting. Microsoft here, they are not giving solution like, hey, you can optimize this particular solution so that you can, save this much amount, and you are even you are saving this much amount. So if Microsoft is giving that level of solution or suggestion, this is the loss of Microsoft. Why they are giving that level of solution? Anyhow, this particular amount, whatever we discussed yesterday, this amount will go to Microsoft only. And if we are saving this particular amount, this much amount, how big it is? Think about that one. This will not comes, if you are not thinking some broader areas. We can design something at least, so that we can reduce whatever we can here. At least we have capability to analyze what else we can remove here, which is not required. Business, maybe they may think like, hey, if we are removing this one, what is the impact into our system? Maybe our audit team, they may ask, why you have removed this one. Yesterday, there is a very big organization, they have similar types of issues. They are asking, hey, if we have this much amount, this much storage capacity, they have given even more than this one. They are having approximate 2 TB here space, around 2 TB even in the database. They are telling like, even we are not able to perform. This is approximate 3 TB, and here it is around 500 GB. Even think about that one. They have 500 GB space in the log files, 3 TB in file usage. No one even able to explain the utilization of storage capacities. You can think about this one. They have big budget related to the software. They are able to digest that one, but this is very costly. Even if here we can cut down this particular cost even in the 70%, we can easily cut down. We can plan that one. Even we can say, even they schedule multiple calls with the Microsoft. They are telling like, hey, if you have to utilize, you have to use this one, you have to digest this particular amount. Because if they are giving, hey, even they are giving some here discount in terms of monthly basis. They are not giving like, you can reduce your database or your database capacity here as 60% or 40% capacity. Why? It will impact their business here. So as a specialist, as a developers, as a consultant, our responsibility here is to give best possible solution to the end customer. It is not like we are charging additional for this one, but as part of our responsibility as a responsible person, we have to give best possible solution. I have a very good idea related to that one. Even if anyone is facing such time, maybe you guys, maybe there are many people which they are watching this particular session. Maybe later they are reaching me about this particular issues. Every organization now in a day, they are facing these types of issues, especially for storage capacity. They don't have proper plan. Even they are treating like how, even we have given many vendors to very good approach and very good solution for these types of issues. Maybe if you want to learn this one, you are giving the best possible, solution here. So what will happen if you are not working into this particular area? Performance also decrease. If you are reading something related to any data which is, which is related to which you need to retrieve data from 2 terabytes from here, 3 terabytes. Always, even the application basis, even Microsoft try to optimize in terms of the resources. You always face slowness. So performance also decrease if storage capacity on higher side. Operations slow down. Maybe if your team need to perform, your team need to calculate, your team need to run any report to generate on daily basis, your application always slow down. Users facing multiple different types of issues. Sometimes they are facing like this particular dashboard is not retrieving proper data, your reports is not responding properly, your different types of operation are showing timeout issues. Till that time you have not optimized this dataverse usage, file capacity, log usage, those three terms you have to understand here that we discussed yesterday. You have to optimize this one. This is very critical area that you have to learn. How we have to learn this one? With the help of admin center monitoring tools. How we have to design that also I have a good idea. This is extremely important enterprise project. If you are working for any project, anyhow, you think about that one. Microsoft is a very expensive application, this Microsoft Dynamics here. It is not like any small or any middle based organization they are utilizing. They may utilize their 5 or 10 user license. They don't have that much amount. But even if you are working in a very big or very good organization, they may have their historical data. So you have to take care all those parts. Security concerns, security issues. Suppose user suddenly lose their access. What will be the cause here? Maybe possible. What could be the possible reason here? Security role issues. Maybe suppose someone is updating security roles, different types of security roles. Licensing issues, they may face different types of licensing issues here. A user, maybe their licensing may be expired, or maybe that license are not available, float license are not available, they have assigned, they have added another that license to the other users. That might be different types of authentication problems. Maybe environmental permissions issues here. So those types of issue you have to monitor in the admin center. If you have admin center knowledge, so it will help to identify the root cause analysis to that particular issue. Suppose you have received one requirement like your company CTO, they are not able to log into the system. What will happen? Think about that scenario. You are checking like, hey, let me look into this issue, I'm checking this one, and you are taking like time like anything. You don't have that option. Like you cannot treat that requirement like other users. So in that time, in that level of working times, you need, or your skills related to the monitoring knowledge comes into the picture. So let's discuss about why monitoring skills increasing career growth also. That we already covered that part. So most developers know codings. We all know, we all covered those particular part, but that is also important part. But very few developers understand governance, monitorings, troubleshootings, production support, performance optimization. If any, I just want to explain all those 5 points here. If suppose you have those 5 points skill set, then only your salary rapidly increasing. It is not like, hey, I know javascript, I know plugins, I know these particular features, I know this particular implementation, now I become a software developer, I become a crm dynamics crm developer. That will not increase your, you know it will not help you to increase your salary part or high paid skills. How your even you will get that high paid skills. These are the high paid skills: monitorings, troubleshootings, production support. Suppose one example I will give you. Suppose you have written something, some logic, some features, you migrated into the production. Those features are not working. Your teams raise or floated one emails like, hey, we enable this particular feature across all the users, can you try once? No, even single users, they are not able to work into that new enable features. Tell me what could be the reason? You enabled everything, you checked everything, even we even doing some sanity testing, we completed those sanity testing in the production as recent deployment. What could be the reason? Let's talk about this particular capability here. Let's discuss how many persons they are able to understand. What could be the reason here? Any idea? If you are giving 100% here, I will assure you, after maybe 1 month or 2 months, you are able to think like a solution architect, like a team lead here. Just give me one example, like what could be the possible reason here why your recent deployed features are not working for any actual users, even those features are perfectly working for developers that we recently tested. What could be the reason here? Let's discuss this part. Just write down, just note down, and just type that could be the reason here. You want to discuss that point, or let me explain you that one? Try to utilize your brain also, buddy. That's why your skills also increasing. I'm here to give you 100%, but you also need to involve here. Just let me know what could be the reason here. Our deployment is not done properly. If that is the case, our that development team, they already done one sanity testing, they are able to perform that. So I will give you one simple, very simple here, one possible reason. Maybe we have not enabled security role for different types of users so that they are able to see that newly deployed features. That could be one possible issue here in this particular scenario. Just think about that. We are checking, we are debugging like anything, we are checking like, hey, we need to check the plugin trace, we need to check the security rules. So we need to think like what could be the possible reason here in different scenario. The other reason, suppose we check like this related issue is not specific to this particular role base. Maybe they are using different types of app where we have not enabled some recent activities, recent entities, whatever we have deployed. Sometimes what happen in the production environment, sometimes they are not able to see the appropriate form in the production environment. What could be the reasons? Maybe we have not enabled, we have sometimes we enabled the form level security role. Maybe those users are not added into that particular security role. That could be multiple different types of issues. So that's why troubleshooting comes into the picture. Production support capability, it is not like, hey, I am a developer, why I am going into the production support. You should have that capability, so that at least if something is breaking in the production, I am here to support you. It is not like there is someone else, they have to come and they have to resolve these issues. Suddenly there is a performance issue, your form is not loading. Your form should be loaded within 4 to 5 seconds, but it is taking more than 15 to 16 seconds. What could be the issues here? That level of thinking and giving the solution here, your skills are upgrading, your package are upgrading, your your salary is increasing like 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x. If you are a good developer, it is not like if you are leaving, if you have another offer, they just want to just leave it. Don't become a additional load to the company. Create that level of space in any organization if you are leaving, so your space no one can fill quickly. So these are my suggestions here. This is the exact what companies need here. Developers with monitoring knowledge can become senior consultant, solution architects, technical lead, support lead, platform administrators. So here, those types of these are the high paid, profiles, and even the that positions we are having currently in the market. It is not like you have to go to US, UK, Australia, or any other country, then only you have to pay, have to get huge amount in monthly basis. If you are here, you have all those capabilities, you have very good communication skill. Even sometimes what happen, there are some barrier here. Even there are many peoples, even I know many peoples, they are not ready to learn or even increase their communication skills. We know there are many barriers, but you have to work onto that level, so that at least whatever you know, you have to communicate properly. Communications, especially for Indians, especially for UP board candidates, this is this particular barrier always create a problem. But anyhow, we have to break this barrier. So these skill highly demanding dynamic 365 projects, power platform implementation, enterprise cloud projects, managed service, supports projects. So and these are the interview questions becomes, companies ask, how do you troubleshoot failures? These are very important part. How do you monitor integrations? So, if you are able to convince your interviewer those types of questions, maybe you can write the best solution, best content from the ChatGPT or any AI provider that solutions. If you are able to convince those 4 5 questions, every organization they are asking related to high experience candidate. So how do you monitor integrations? How do you identify production issues? It is not like, hey, I can debug my code. How you can debug your code in the production? You don't have that capability. So you have to go for any alternative options so that you can identify, because it is not like if you are facing only P3 or P4 issues. Sometimes you may develop something which you have deployed into the production, and there are some issue, it is creating a P1 issues. I also face that level of issue in my initial career. Like we are getting multiple P1 issues after deployment. No one here is to defend like if we are creating P1 issues and that production is completely, or production environment is totally that not accessible for anyone. If we are creating any issues in the production, especially for P1 or P2, we are on risk. During this AI era, we cannot survive. So we have to identify, we have to handle, we have to understand how to handle those scenarios. Or also, if it is not like everyone can handle those performance related issues. I know all those experience or expertise comes after certain implementation tasks, but at least you have to initiate in this particular time. If you after maybe 10 year or 15 year you are learning those points, like, hey, what is the production failure, how to do this one, maybe you can learn after 10 year or maybe 15 year. But even if you have initiated those types of learning even now in a day, maybe after 2 year 3 years, when interviewer asking like, hey, like what you have done, you are explaining like I have done troubleshooting in the production. Even after having 3 year of experience candidate, if one person, if you are able to troubleshoot production failures, if you are able to monitor integration in the production environment, if you are able to resolve P1 or P2 issues quickly within the SLAs, if you are able to handle, you are able to resolve your performance related issues, how you have resolved. Like I have checked, like there are many I have checked in the network traces, there are many APIs which are failing, which are creating more time, which those are running in the back end. We have convert those that sync that particular sync API call to the async API call. We reduce their 15-second that loading time to 3 to 4 seconds. If you are able to explain that types of issues during your interview time, even a 2 year or 3 year candidate, if you are able to explain, and even if you are able to explain this space optimization, like, hey, I have done storage optimization even during my 3 year of career. So this will create a very good or positive impact area. Like a 3 year candidate can handle that level of issues, especially even if you don't have proper communications skills. But at least if you are able to communicate those things properly after doing certain practice, then 100% it becomes a very positive feedback. Even if you are asking 100% growth, they are happy. We have 10 year or 12 year of experience candidate, they are not able to perform those issues, those types of issues, and a 3 year of experience they are able to deliver. What a great pleasure. What do you think? They are not able to consider your profile as positive feedback. But even if you are thinking, why should I do? I am a developer. Then how you can get, you are expecting like I will get, amount in 5 digit, or maybe more than, maybe expecting, monthly salary in 5 digit, or in 6 digit. Sometimes after 10 year of experience, if you are thinking your monthly salary should comes into 7 digit, it could be possible, especially for these specific areas. I know there are many people, even in the India only, Hyderabad, Bangalore, even in the Delhi, and even the remote area itself. No need to go like in a hurdles, but you have to build some habits here. If you are able to, give root cause analysis, error tracking, monitoring dashboard, production support handling also, you if you are able to deliver as part of your development task. If you are explaining in 3 year experience candidate, hey, what is your day to day activity, if someone asks, I need to complete my production support issues also. Sometimes I need to involve into P1 issues or P2 issues. So sometimes, or how you if you are getting P1 issues, like what is your approach to close that particular request? I need to log in into the that different admin center. I need to add that, check the trace log. I need to analyze those one. I need to check the network traces. After debugging that one, I need to analyze. I can take help from the AI tools. I need to capture the different types of tracing. Even we have analyzing. We have the we have enabled here in the different tracing here. I need to check those tracing part. I need to do the root cause analysis. I need to check the error tracings, and then we have created a monitoring dashboard, and we are providing the solution within the SLA, so they can understand, oh, he is the right person, they are following some specific process. So if you are spending your time in a right place, in the right direction, no one can stop here to get a better job with better package. There are many people, they are keep, what we can say, they are telling, a I'm not getting opportunity, I'm not getting call, there is no job available now in a day. There are many people, they are complaining, but they are not doing proper hands-on expertise. At least if you get a single call, you should select there. You should do a proper here homework also. I will assure you, even I have given you 50 questions. If you spend your, 15 to maximum 20 hours, and you given a proper, that solution here, so you will select with a very proper solution and with good uh, package also. So career growth here. So let's discuss what why admin center is important, why monitoring matters, real-time troubleshooting scenario, enterprise projects, application, career growth. So one thing you need to remember: developments, creates applications, but monitoring keeps enterprise system running successfully. A developers who understood both development and monitoring always has a higher value in the markets, and keep learning real enterprise Microsoft technology. So that is the one thing. Let me try to open here admin center. Admin center here, Microsoft. This is also here Microsoft Admin Center. Let me check one more thing. This is one of the admin center. Let me check if I'm able to log in. This one we already covered in the PDF. So here, this is our trial environment. So in this particular admin center, what you can do here. So here we have a, this is first manage here. This is recently changed here. Here you can check all the environment that we already covered this particular point. Like if we want to create a new environment from the admin center, where is Power Platform Admin Center? See here, create new environment. I told you, create a new environment. So here you can create a new environment with the help of this particular keyword. Here you can create a new environment and save it. So here in this particular, suppose this particular environment here, how we are checking the multiple things. Here we can track, manage data bars, storage, monitor storage, check APIs, views, analysis. So there are multiple here option you can check. So it's better you have to do proper monitoring here. Even in this particular one organization here, uh, we have that option in the setting level. Even we can add users here. You can perform multiple things, updates. You can control here updates also, app update settings, even audit log also you can check here, audit setting, audit summary view. So here in the data management, auto numbering, bulk deletion, data import wizard, maps, duplicate detection. So there are many things here you can do. Synchronization team, all those things here you can do here. And also here you can check here in the Dataverse also. You can check the API rates. Here you can check how many active users we are having. So all those information, even the top plugins failures, what types of plugin issue we are getting here. So if you have production access, maybe you can select the productions users. Even here in the active users, you can check all the users here, what types of users we have, what types of uh, performance operations, what they are doing. So here you have that capability, you can monitor those one, mode of access. So different user, what types of applications and what types of device they are here accessing here, entity usage. So we have suppose 20 custom entity. There are many out of the box here, that entities. So you have to check even in the system jobs, what types of system job we are creating here. So if anything we need to check here, execution workflow, active workflow, all those here we can check here, even in the plugins. So if there is few plugins which are taking more times, even we can get here all the API statistics here we can get. So you, if you need to do, if you have that capability, like what and how to check that one. It at least you have that basic idea. You can you can check, you can do different types of even the monitorings here, even the alert part you can check here. Maybe here we don't have that capability, and even we have other also the licensing part. And even if suppose if we need to raise that support ticket, we need to raise a support ticket in Microsoft. Either it is a suppose some, it is not like this particular product, Microsoft product is developed by Microsoft. They are charging for licensing cost. So sometimes we have to get connected with them also. Hey, there is a that this particular issue we are getting. They are releasing many things. Maybe it may create any impact on our here the environment also. So here we can create a support ticket from here, and we can directly connect with them. So it is not like, hey, I don't have any idea like how to connect, how to create a support ticket. Suppose someone from your management team, they are asking, hey, have you ever worked with Microsoft team? Why we are working with Microsoft team? Even we don't know. So don't give that level of answers. Here we can check known issues. Microsoft is highlighting, hey, we know we have those many issues in our production environment, whatever running in the systems. So those are the reported issues. Few are resolved here based on recent development or recent release item. If you have suppose here this particular issues, if you want to get more details, you can open that one. So they have that complete information. This particular issue is we know this particular one. If you want to highlight that particular issue, first check the known issues whatever we have. So that level of information, if you are able to utilize with this particular tools, so it's very helpful. Here licensing part, even if you want to check the here capacity environment usage here. Suppose if you want to check where is capacity add-on, inside capacity add-on, if someone is asking, hey, if we want to check like what is the capacity that we are utilizing here, here you can check data bus usage 0 MB here. Here in this particular one, this is the uh, tables use here. These are the file usage here. These are the file capacity here, top using. Here the log usage. So that level of information, if you are able to analyze here, and you are giving some basic information like here, I want to download all tables here, and I can download here. I can analyze those tables also here. So it's giving a very positive feedback how we are doing this one. Like, hey, this particular tables is utilizing this much space. Why? Import job log base, why we have that much space here? So that's why, like that, we can create this, we can connect this particular table in the database, and we can check, we can collect the different types of here consumption report here, and we can provide a solid solution. I know it will take some time to learn something, but at least even if you are able to give that level of information, so it will create a huge impact during the interview. So it's up to us if we are learning, if we want to get a good offer, good things. So always we have to learn few things, some things. Hey, so you like this session? I need your here fair support. Yes, no, you are learning, you are listening. You are just listening this one because I'm telling you, keep telling you, hey, just learn, learn, learn. Then only you are learning. It will add you a value addition here. I know there are many people, they are even, getting good knowledge, good understanding here, and at least they are increasing their day-to-day activities. Okay, so let's connect tomorrow. Maybe we can decide what to do, what to start, and then if you have anything, if you are getting, uh, you have doubt, that's great. That's great news. If you are adding efforts, Yogendra Chauhan, that's good. I need some fruitful, you know, news from your side. Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's great news, Nadeem. Happy to see if you crack that PL 400 certification. Okay, let's meet tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.